Today we're going to talk about Ozempic. What is Ozempic? I'm going to tell you about it. First thing first, why me? Why should you listen to me? Because I've already told you I'm a medical student, and it's one of my job is to educate you all. And I love explaining. I love researching. I love simplifying science to people. So this is my first attempt to make you understand science. And the first thing which we are going to talk about is Ozempic. So let's get into it. Let's crack it. Okay. In this video, you're going to learn about what it is, how does it work, what are its side effects, and are there any natural ways to, mimic its effect. Now let's get started. Ozempic is a drug similar to what I have in my hand. This is basically a vitamin C supplement, but Ozempic is not a supplement. Ozempic is a brand name, and it's for semaglutide. Now, what is semaglutide? So let me tell you, there is a thing called GLP-1. GLP-1 is found in our stomachs and in our brain, some part of it. I'm not sure about that, but research says so. So when you eat, there are lots of hormones which are secreted in your stomach and intestines. So there's a photo of it, a picture of it, a diagram to simplify that. So one of the hormone you must know is insulin, which is being secreted. So similar to it is GLP-1, which is secreted. And now what happens when GLP-1 is secreted? It helps in reducing overeating. It gives a feeling of fullness. So the GLP-1 agonist, which means they are going to work just like GLP-1, will help you to stimulate GLP-1 levels and suppresses your hunger. Simple, right? So semaglutide is the most potent of 6 classes of GLP-1 agonist. I'm gonna display them also here. The screenshots I'm gonna paste down here are all taken from my book, which I read and which all of the medical students are reading currently. So it's simple now, right? That GLP-1 induces, that you are fullness, satiety, a feeling of fullness. So that's what these pharmaceutical companies are targeting. Basically, these drugs were made for diabetic patients because I'll read you the exact line that what happens. So, overweight or obesity is a common correlate of type 2 diabetes occurring in approximately 80% of affected individuals. So that's what happens. So if you want to manage diabetes, one of the things is that you have to do diet and lifestyle changes. You have to exercise, you have to take medications, and you have to treat associated conditions like dyslipidemia. What is that? It is a condition where your level of lipids might be low or high, and you also need to control obesity. So basically, these drugs were made around 20 years ago by some pharmaceutical company, Danish pharmaceutical company to be precise, and the target was diabetic patients. And one of its side effect was weight loss. So now, a few years back, people got hold of it and they were like, okay, so I am losing a good amount of weight without doing anything. That's great. And then they start using it, abusing it basically. So it's a new addiction, These are some harsh words, but that's true. So actually it comes under a lot of names. One is Ozempic, which is taken by diabetic patients. One is Wegovy, which is, I guess, specifically for the weight loss. There's Monjaro. There's this triple G called medication. So all of their job is basically to make you lose weight. And that's why people are using it. And now what happens is that when they are using this, the availability, the demand is so high that the demand of Ozempic is skyrocketing. And the people who actually need it, they're not able to get it. So there is a huge, that's a huge shortage of this drug. Now, talking about its price, it's actually a very expensive drug. To talk about in Indian rupees, it's around one drug is 20,000 rupees. Okay, so one injection. So basically, you inject it in yourself by yourself, right? And once a week. So you have to inject it 4 times a month, right? And so total 80,000 rupees per month. So it is quite expensive. But people are getting mad. They want it to be prescribed by the doctors, and that's what is happening actually. Let's talk about some of its side effects now. One of the biggest side effect is that it leads to weight loss, right? So it was made to manage diabetes, but the side effect is weight loss. And what kind of weight loss? The weight loss is by the muscles. So your muscles are getting wasted. All of the weight you're losing is muscles. This is what is said in the research papers. And when you stop using it, within a year, 70% of your weight is back. But now the weight which is back is basically fat. It is not muscle, because muscle is not that easy to build. That is what happened. So muscle is basically the biggest currency you might have. It's like the biggest thing you have in your body. It's important for metabolism, it is important for energy, it is important for longevity and everything. So you're losing that. And other side effects include metabolic dysfunction, depression, loss of energy, because you don't have muscles, so how you will have energy, right? And nausea, vomiting, a lot of things which are associated with your gut. Also inflammation of your pancreas, which is a very severe side effect. And actually the main question which arises is that, are we looking for quick fixes instead of long-term solutions? Because the real thing is that these are some, you know, we're not dealing with the real problem here. We're not dealing with the root cause here. What we are doing is it's like a band-aid we are putting. And the root cause is that our food system is actually fucked up. The produce which we eat is so polluted that we can't have a good lifestyle. But that's what I say, that when these new drugs come, these pharmaceutical companies, this is their uh, business, right? And these drugs are relatively very new. Now some serious talk. So these drugs are very new, and so we don't know the long-term side effects. Some of these are here, but what is going to happen to your body, not just physically but mentally, what it's going to do to you is crazy. So I don't think these quick fixes are the answer to your question when you say that you want to lose weight. You guys really need to protect your muscle. We really need to do strength training. We need to eat your macros, which is our protein, and that's how you're gonna lose out weight. It's actually very hard. Than being said, to work on it is really hard, but that's what we actually have to do at the end of the day. So of course, like, those people who are taking it will have good effects. Like, it is anti-diabetic, it's anti-inflammatory, it protects you from cardiovascular risk, because if your diabetes risk goes down, your cardiovascular risk also goes down. And this is not something very new, and this is not something which is, so it's not very advanced and hi-fi, because if I am studying it as a medical student, all of the scientists know this. It's in my book, it's right there. Just the name of Ozempic is not present, but everything is right there. Semaglutide is there. Semaglutide has been there since so long, and people have used it for diabetes. And when I talk about GLP-1 agonist, there's a table in my book which tells how does it actually work, and I've already told you in my simple way, in a layman term, but to talk about how they say it works is that it increases the insulin secretion, it decreases the gastric emptying. What is gastric emptying? That the food which, let's say, if you feel hungry within 4 hours after you eat, you will not be hungry for next 8 hours. The food will be still there, and the stomach will empty itself really slowly, right? It decreases glucagon. And then I've already told you that it is often associated with weight loss, but it was not made for weight loss. It was made for diabetes, right? And hyperglycemia and all of that. And it improves the cardiovascular outcomes. I've told you that. Adverse event include nausea and all of that. So these are very simple things which are told to us in our college, in our medical school, that I've already told you. Now, if I really want to talk about what are the actual long-term solutions, it's to change your lifestyle and how to do that. So I'm gonna steal away a few points from Glucose Goddess. I follow her religiously, and when I was searching for this topic, um, just the next day she dropped a video, and I was like, I cannot watch it because I'm about to make a same video, and if I watch it I'm gonna get influenced, and what if I use her points? But I'm inspired by her, and that's why I'm gonna point out some things which she said which are really beneficial if you want to raise your GLP-1 receptors in your body without taking Ozempic, because I'll say that taking any drug is not useful, right? So to do that, what you need to do, you need to eat slowly and mindfully, okay? Because chewing will stimulate GLP-1 release. So do that, first thing. Now, second thing, add lemons to your food. This one is very tricky because the color of lemon, the yellow color of lemon, is by an antioxidant, and that helps to increase GLP-1 content. But the problem is that you need a lot of lemon for that, around 200 lemon extract for that. So that's not feasible. Eating protein is one of the things. One of the other thing is that there is a tea called yerba mate. People drink it in Argentina, I guess, South America, and it says that it also improves your GLP-1 secretion. And there are other things. I'll just say that please eat real food. That's what I think, what my takeaway is. And that's all for this video. Those were the solutions which I think. I've already told you the side effects of it. I've told you the benefit, of course, that you will lose weight. It has anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic properties and all of that. And I was yesterday when I was researching on it, there's a doctor who's actually pro this because she uses a term microdosing. How does she use it? Let's say in your injection there's presence of 4 I don't know, it's mg, right? 4 mg Ozempic. Oh god, is it 4 mg or it's 4 grams? It cannot be 4 grams, but it's 4 mg. So, okay, so she started with 0.25 mg rather than 1 mg. So this much, this is a pen, let's say, and there are 4 doses in it: 1 mg, 1 mg, 1 mg, 1 mg. First goes in, 3 for next 3 weeks, goes in, goes in, goes in, all done. But so which means like in 1 week you're getting 1 mg. So she said she started by 0.25 mg, which is 1/4 of it, and that's how she did it. And she also had some lifestyle modifications, and she did it for her own arthritis because she had autoimmune problem. So she took it for that, and she just didn't apply to herself but to her patients, her family, and she could see great results. She said that her husband stopped drinking alcohol because he didn't have that urge to drink it because of GLP-1 agonist, because of Ozempic. So there are lots of benefits. There are, of course, lots of side effects and a lot which are going to unfold in the near future. So decide for yourself wisely. And there is always a natural way to increase GLP-1, which I've told you. So do that rather than relying on these artificial chemicals. That's what my advice is as a medical student. And if you like this video, please let me know, because I'm planning to make more videos on diets, on fasting, on benefits of walking, on your menstrual cycle, a lot of that. So just let me know in the comments, and tell me where I can improve. So please like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll be happy. Thank you.